This quote from African missionary Robert Moffat in the 1800s could easily describe the nation of Papua New Guinea today. Papua New Guinea is an island nation in the southwestern Pacific Ocean, just north of Australia. There are more than 10 million people in Papua New Guinea, with about 40% of the population farmers. The country is plagued with false religion, a struggling economy, incredible poverty, violence in major cities, and sadly, for many, no hope in this life of it ever getting better. Years ago, God began moving in the hearts of Mark and Christy to go there and bring these people the gospel. As youngsters, Mark and Christy prayed to go to Papua New Guinea, and after training and blessing from their home church, Old Paths Bible Baptist Church in Holly, New York, as adults the dream became a reality in 2011, when the Mark Helzerman family moved there and began to spread the good news of Jesus Christ to a people many of whom were blind to the truth. For Mark, it would be a new adventure, but for Christy, she had been serving already with her parents and two sisters in the highlands of Papua New Guinea. As the Lord saw fit, God brought them together to work as a team. After 1 year of service with Dr. John Gray in Kerama on the southern coast, the Mark Helzerman family resettled to an outstation called Kintiba. With their 8 children, they have been faithful in each phase of the work. Much sweat and many tears have been shed in the reconstruction, building, and maintaining of this small work on the side of a mountain overlooking a small airstrip. The Kintiba airstrip is the main road to bring in building supplies, materials for the ministry, and of course, food and supplies. The Hamti people are introverted and mostly uneducated. This makes the ministry more challenging. To get the people to a public profession of faith is not seen often, but there has been great progress.
The primary work that I do in the ministry is preaching at the market. I really enjoy that 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes once a week, depending on the schedule. And then, of course, preaching in the church, leading music, discipleship, when people come and ask questions about the Bible, and teaching verse by verse. We've gone through several books of the Bible already.
The Helzerman's Church, Truth Baptist Church, has baptized several believers, and several more young men have yet to commit themselves publicly, but are showing signs of moving that way. The faithful and diligent labor of the Helzerman family these past 13 years in Kintiba is showing more and more fruit each passing year.
I was able to make a few mountain treks out to various places. One was Howabongo. I was able to finally go out there again after 7 years. I hadn't been out to Howabongo. Then, of course, I went to visit Pastor David, and we went to, that's in Tangama. And that's a really long trek, about 10, 12-hour walk. And then of late this year, we were able to go all the way out to Asiki, that's in the Morbe province. Me and a few men from our church went, and we had a really good time ministering to the people there.
Because of the extreme poverty of the nation, much of Mark's time is taken up meeting the physical needs of the family and church.
Well, the first thing that we were able to get accomplished this term was 2 big water tanks were brought in via helicopter from Kerama. They brought them up, and we got them set. And now there's good, clean drinking water, one at our house, and of course one here at the church building. Then, of course, we built the Sunday school classroom, and that was a blessing to get the children moved out from our house for Sunday school and down closer to the church building for the Sunday school. And then a friend of ours, Joshua Shoblum, came and we rebuilt the guest house. It's permanent now, fairly permanent as well as we can be. And it's a nice place for people to come and visit. If anybody comes from America or anywhere, we have a place for them to stay and comfortable, and it's somewhat bushy, but it's a comfortable place to stay.
Mark co-labors with his dear wife, Christy.
My ministry for ladies revolves around helping them to be able to read so they can study their Bible themselves, read the Bible themselves, and understand it. And we're still working on making them good readers, and they are developing. They are coming in their reading. I have started a class in the book of James. We talk about the verses, so there's a little bit of biblical application there, and nothing too deep, just general. Help them develop their literacy skills. That's my main two ministries that I have here.
5 of the Helzerman children are out on their own now. Tabitha married Caleb Wilson, and they are starting a Bible school on the Normanby Island, northeast of Australia. Titus is married and with his wife Abigail currently live in Fairbanks, Alaska. He is studying in the field of aviation. Samuel lives in Nevada and training in aviation also, and he is growing closer to the Lord in his life. Hadassah and Grace had to return to the United States during these last 2 years also. This was due to the visa restrictions in Papua New Guinea. Both of these young ladies have a heart to be yet in Papua New Guinea, and it was with great sorrow for Mark and Christy that these 2 precious daughters had to leave. 3 of the children are still at home in New Guinea.
My name is Glory, and I am 10 years old. I'm in 5th grade, and I like helping my parents with the ministry. I like playing the violin, and I also like talking to my friends about Jesus.
Hi, I'm Serenity, and I'm 15 years old, and I'm in 10th grade, and I help my sister Hope with the Junior Church Kids.
Hello, my name's Hope. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a senior in high school. I teach Sunday school. When Dad went to Tangama, my friend Javila got saved, and now we're teaching her to teach the Junior Church Kids while we're on furlough.
Besides their part in the household work, they participate in their own way among the native children and love to play musical instruments. They are setting a good example for the Papua New Guineans to follow. As the Lord has led all these years, Mark and Christy continue with their last 3 daughters in Kintiba and have great plans for the next term.
We'd like to really start a day school, if possible, teaching the young children at first, kindergarten level, and see how the Lord takes it from there. But we'll pray about that, and it's a large expense for the children here, so we'll pray about sponsoring certain children. Of course, continue verse by verse teaching the Bible and training up families in our church to serve the Lord.
Mark and Christy Helzerman are continually thankful for all the financial support and the many prayers of those in America. Please continue to pray for them and consider what part God would have you to do concerning the ministry God has enabled them to do. Whether here or abroad, this great work of the gospel must continue. The Helzermans are trusting the good Lord to do just that.